Dave Polsky is famous, or infamous, if you will, for humor at the cost of anything. This episode was always very okay to me. It had its goods and its bads, but I took a closer look and I was surprised at what I found. So, let's begin. First, the setting. I really hate this setting. Nobody likes westerns except for your creepy cowboy grandma. I guess one reason I really hated the setting was before I kind of pictured Equestria as a slightly modernized medieval/Renaissance Europe. And then there's just this. The humor was great, but it had its expense. The dialogue seems pretty smooth, but watching it twice, a lot of it seems put there just for humor. The jokes are old, so they're annoying instead of funny. Just like you, Spike. Also, a lot of the characters came off as stupid. Or whiny. Or both. The only ones who escaped this were Pinky and Fluttershy. Everyone else was just kind of... ugh. So here we are with a setting that keeps putting a sour taste in my mouth, and only two characters that haven't been stupefied. How could this episode possibly come out well? Well, it all starts with animation. I'd love to say that animation doesn't matter, but it does. Like, a lot. This episode has amazing animation for season 1. Like that pan and that lighting. I mean, it was horrible lighting, but it was lighting. Also, the song. Nobody likes the song. I mean, I like it, but it's not very popular in the fandom. I guess I just have bad music taste. Or maybe I'm just a sucker for piano. I'm definitely just a sucker for piano. I don't actually have bad music taste. Also, they almost had subtlety in this episode. Almost. But no, can't have subtlety in a kids show now, can we? The buffalo I had really mixed emotions about. I mean, it was world building, and I sorta liked them in general, but I don't know. They were given a stereotype so the writers wouldn't have to develop them from scratch. But they didn't exactly fit in with the stereotype perfectly. Also, the conflict was different than the original cowboy and Indian conflict, so yeah. Fluttershy was great. She was really cute throughout the whole episode and gave the episode some really memorable points. I mean, all them flutter trees. Pinkie Pie was amazing. Really amazing. I know a lot of people will object and say she was the stupidest of all, but that's how she is all the time. I have this theory about Pinkie Pie. For the sake of time, I'll just put it as this. Pinkie Pie is basically a goth. A pretty pink, super happy goth. But basically, she has trouble understanding others and being understood. In this episode, both are shown. She knows what needs to happen between the two groups for there to be peace, but the others kind of just ignore her and hate her song. Remind anyone of Swarm of the Century? She's being insensitive and repeatedly shoving her morals down their throats, which is making them angry and not helping the problem. In the end, after seeing how good Pie is, they come to a compromise. Moral of the story is that eating fixes everything. Everyone was just grouchy because they were hungry. Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned that eating is the best and fixes everything. Also, if you have to have a fight, do it with pies. The end, right? Nope. What really makes this episode good is something we don't often see in MLP. And it came from freaking Dave Polsky. Nobody expects him to be good. But anyway, the icing on the cake is moral development. Moral freaking development. From a show based so heavily on morals, we don't see this often enough. And as I said before, we got it from Dave freaking Polsky. Anyway, I kinda suck at editing. Also, it takes forever. So if you guys want to tell me how to do it better, recommend a better video editor besides iMovie, or just edit my videos for me,
This is the best option, guys. You should definitely edit my videos for me.
That would be great. See you next week, guys.